Everybody, happy Monday from sunny Las Vegas. So glad that you're here today. Hope you had a great weekend. We are here with Daily Distinction and really glad that you are taking a couple minutes out of your Monday to join us. We do just a very short commentary on some of the things that's going on. If you're watching live or whether you're watching on replay, thank you again for being here. And if you'll take just a minute, just hit the share button there. Share. Sharing is caring, as my pal Ken Walls likes to say. And I would love it if you would just share out Daily Distinction. That's how we grow our audience. So glad to have you here. Dwayne already in the house. Good to see you, Dwayne. Hope your weekend was terrific. I want to remind you, too, about the Iconic Inner Circle. It's your chance to get a free month. First month's on me. So try it out. See if you like it. Get free programs on how to craft and tell better stories, how you sell better with virtual events, how you create personal distinction. Also, probably most importantly, every week, a brand new lesson for you on what it takes to create distinction. And you can learn and grow from the distinction lessons there that are a part of the Iconic Inner Circle. So make sure you check that out. And as I said, absolutely free, no risk. First month's on me. All you do is go to iconicinnercircle.com. All right. So over the weekend, Tammy and I were running errands, went to church on Sunday, doing a bunch of different things. And there were 3 lessons that I wanted to share with you that I learned from when we were together last on Friday. Okay, so 3 quick lessons, and that'll cover what we're talking about on Daily Distinction for today. Okay, so here are the 3 lessons. Oh, hey, Jerry. Yes, Jeannie Robertson inspired a lot of folks, and she was absolutely a real important person in my early career, particularly. And I posted about that on Facebook. And so take a look on Facebook. I talk about Jeannie. She was, and especially with you there in North Carolina, she was very, very important in the state as well, on the board of trustees of Elon University and many other things. Jeannie was a good friend and one of the best in the business. No doubt about that. Hey, Scott, glad to see you too. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. So let's talk about the lessons from this weekend. Okay, the lessons from this weekend, all important. Here's number 1. Make repeat customers feel extra special. So there's a restaurant near here called Spaghetti Western. And it's not a high-end restaurant. It's kind of a neighborhood place. I mean, it's not a greasy spoon either. I don't mean it that way. But it's not, it's not like going to Amalfi's at Caesar's Palace. It's not, but it's a terrific restaurant, but not a high-end restaurant. Great place for the local neighborhood. And we walked in, and it was really crowded, and we weren't really certain, because Nevada has a mask policy. So you got to wear your mask, and I wasn't really certain where we were on social distancing. And Tammy and I walk in, and we're just kind of looking around. And typically at a restaurant, Tammy and I prefer to sit at the bar. Not for drinking purposes, but Tammy, in an early part of her life, was a server at a restaurant. And so she's really conscious that a lot of places, they put you at a 4 top, and really then that restricts the server from getting a bigger tip because obviously 4 people are going to spend more money than 2. And so Tammy's preference is to sit at the bar so we don't take up a 4 top. More people get a chance to be served. Just put the 2 of us together. And so we struck up a friendship with a guy named Coop. His last name's Cooper, but everybody calls him Coop. And he's one of the guys that's a server at the bar at Spaghetti Western. And so as we're looking around, he starts waving for us to come in. And he points out 2 seats that we couldn't see from where we were. And he said, I saw it was you guys, and I want you sitting here in my section. Boy, did that make us feel good, right? So in other words, make repeat customers feel extra special. I saw it was you, and I want to help you. That seems like a small thing, but you know what? Really, it's a big thing. Make your customers feel extra special. Hey, Ronaldo, what's this? Governor DeSantis is live now. President Biden is live now. Scott McCain is. Oh, man, you just made my day. Holy cow, that's so cool. Thank you for saying that. Oh, that's that. Thank you. You made my day, Ronaldo. Thank you. Hey, JR, great to see you as always, my friend. Thank you for being here today, too. You make folks feel special. So that's lesson number 1. What could you do to make your repeat customers feels special. You've heard me say here before, my pal Joe Calloway, one of the great lines that he has in his books, he would ask, what is my favorite restaurant? And I'd see Joe do this during a speech. Without fail, people would go, oh, it's Morton's. Oh, it's Del Frisco's. Oh, it's P.F. Chang's. And Joe's response was always the same. My favorite restaurant is the one where they know my name. Make your repeat customers feel extra special. And along with that, make it personal and memorable. What is there about what you do that makes it memorable? Jay Baer, my great friend, has a terrific book out that I highly recommend called Talk Triggers. And part of what he's saying is you got to have something that triggers people to remember you and to talk about you. And an example that Jay used that is really common and known is the cookie that you get when you check in a DoubleTree hotel. If you stayed at a DoubleTree, you know they give you a warm chocolate chip cookie. I mean, if I'm staying at a DoubleTree, my mouth starts watering as I'm going from the airport to the hotel. I can just taste that warm chocolate chip cookie. It is a talk trigger. So I had some alterations done on a suit. I've lost some weight, and I had some alterations done on a suit, and I'm taking off tomorrow for a program, and I got to get the suit, pick up the suit. So as we're walking through the mall where my suit's being altered, we walk by the Palm restaurant. There is a server there, and I can't tell you his name because he says, call me Meatball. That's his nickname. That's what he goes by, Meatball. So, in fact, there have been times when I had some friends here in town, we went to the Palm, this is, 3 months ago. And I say, is Meatball working today? I'm always afraid they're going to say, oh, you'd like to order meatball? No, I'm not ordering meatballs. I want to know if Meatball is working today. I'll never forget the nickname. And because of that, I always ask for him. And as we walk by, he waves. So you know what we did? We went in and we sat and we had a glass of wine. And that was $25 we wouldn't have spent had Meatball not recognized this. Like goes with lesson one, but number two, he had something that was so memorable about what he does. I was in an airport in Australia at baggage claim, and a guy walked up to me and said, I don't remember your name, mate, but you tell the story about Taxi Terry. Now, I don't care that he remembers my name, but you got to have something that gets people talking about you. You got to have something that makes people go, oh, that is the one who. So have something personal and memorable. What's a way that you can do that? Hey, Kevin, if done correctly, it may make those who hear this want to be repeat customers. Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's so true. You're right. Hey, Sophie, good to see you. Ideas for doing this virtually. Sophie, one of the things that I see people do, Alex Beeden is an acquaintance of mine who is a she. Alex is a she on Instagram. And just one small thing that she does is every picture is outlined in hot pink. You can't see a post by her on Instagram. Let's see if there's one here right now. But you can't find a post by her on Instagram that doesn't have that on there. It's the consistency of that makes her post there stand out. I'm not seeing where she's. Yeah, here we go. Everything that she does, right, is she's got it in pink. So she has a color that she uses. See, that's an outline in pink. So the consistency, by the way, the ones that aren't in pink are forwards that she's done of somebody else. So it can be anything like a graphic image, something that people see and always associate that with you. Because every time I see a post with pink on it, I go to it immediately because I think it's going to be Alex's post. So finding some way to set yourself apart is really, really critical and really important. And that's just one way you can do it. Graphically, visually. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. How are you doing today? Thanks for your recent note. I appreciate it. Yes, remembered in a positive way is preferred. And there you go. You're exactly right, JR. They tell their friends to get multiple streams from one fountain of memorable. Yeah, exactly. Because we've had friends from Indiana that have been visiting, and we happen to be out of town, so we can't see them. And they might be staying at Caesars. Where should we eat? Well, Hey, for a really great steak, go to the Palm, but make sure you ask for Meatball. Now, if I say make sure you ask for Joe or make sure you ask for Sue, that's probably easy for them to forget. But make sure you ask for Meatball. It is memorable, and people remember that. So that's lesson number 2. The third one may be the most important one. If you want better service, whether it's B2B or B2C, I heard this really important question that was asked, and it was asked of me by a client. And I'd never had a client ask this before. And I'm not going to say what the client is because I didn't obtain their permission to say this ahead of time. I will ask them because I want to use it in the next book. The client said, how can I be a better client for you? Think about that for a minute. As customers, we seldom ask, what can I do to be a better customer for you? Now, they weren't saying, how do I provide refer? This is at the beginning of our client relationship. You know, we're going to tell you what you need to do to serve us better. What can we do to serve you better so that we can be a better client? You know, I never really thought about that. And so now it makes me kind of want to ask that to places where I do business. You know, how can I be a better customer for you? What are some of the things that customers don't ask that you wish they knew? Because when we open that line of communication, then we're better able to connect and we're better able to get the service that we want. Hey, look, it's not going to work 100% of the time, but it's a heck of a question. And by the way, you know what happened as a result of that? One of the things I said is periodic feedback would be really important. They never thought of that. I said, let's not wait till the project is complete and then do like a post-mortem after everything is done. Let's have ongoing periodic feedback. That makes you a better client. And you know what? The better feedback makes me a better professional because now I'm better able to deliver what they want. So those are the 3 I want to suggest to you. Number 1, make your repeat customers feel extra special because they are. Make it personal and memorable. Find some, as to use Jay Baer's term, find a talk trigger that'll get people talking, whether it's the chocolate chip cookie at Doubletree or making your nickname Meatball. Whatever it is, make it personal and memorable. And if you want to get better service as a customer, ask the question, how can I be a better customer for you? When you put those together, you're going to get better service and you're going to be able to help create distinction. And it does it for us today on Daily Distinction. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for sharing, whether you're watching it live or on replay. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow with the next edition of Daily Distinction. See you then.